All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Oops. I'm going to think you guys might need to mute while I'm talking so we don't have an echo. All right. Awesome. All right. Good morning, everyone. Hi again. It's the start of another week. And I was just telling these beautiful ladies that you see on with me that I'm nervous because I have no idea where this conversation is going to go. I don't know what questions they're going to ask. I'm literally showing up blank canvas ready for them to paint whatever beautiful picture they want to paint this morning. But I'm going to, let me jump over here to comments. As you're joining, can you just say good morning so we can see that you're here? And you know how we do in the Money Family. We say good morning to each other and kick off the start of our week in some high, happy, manifesting energy, because that's just how we roll. I am, hang on one second. LaShandra. Oh, this is Lisa's person because they've got the same last name. I'm like, I know that last name. Wait a second. Good morning. Hi, Evie, Valerie, Ashley. Good morning, ladies. And those of you that are joining, jump in and say good morning to each other because, you know, that's just how we roll. Hey, Tracy from Jamaica. How are you? Evie says she's open and receptive. Curtis, Pamela, are you still in Costa Rica? If you are, good morning in Costa Rica, beautiful Costa Rica. All right, guys, Lorraine from Canada. Hopefully it's warm where you are. I love seeing you guys. This will be fun, Valerie says. This will be fun. Yes, Valerie. Literally, I just realized walking up here to my office that I have zero prep. I literally turned this entire morning over to these ladies, and I have no idea what the questions are going to be. I don't know where they're going to go. I'm hoping it's fun, and I'm hoping you guys get a lot out of it. And I also asked, you know, there's going to be a point where we're going to ask you to type your questions because we're hoping we can get to a couple of your questions too. All right. So we are going to start. I want to introduce Lisa, Denise, and Chisa. These three ladies, say hi, wave. Give them some love, you guys. Put all kind of loves all over our little video. These ladies are in our Elite Success Achievers program. What that means is they've gone to the highest body of work that we mentor on. They live what we call the certain way. I literally sit on the sidelines and just watch them be amazing at manifesting and creating the lives that they really want. It is pure joy, pure joy for me to watch the transformation in their lives. And I'm really honored to have them on this morning with you guys. We're going to turn the tables and do another one where I question them. Yeah. Look at their faces. I'm going to do another one where I question them about their journey because I know that their lives have changed. But I'm really, really grateful for you three ladies being on this morning to question me, put me in the hot seat for once. So where shall we start? We're going to start, I think, with a question that was asked last week on Facebook Live, right? Who wants to run with that? All right, go Chisa. You can unmute.
Can you hear me?
I can. So how about you share with all the wonderful people a little bit about you?
Hello, everybody out there. I am Chisa Butler. I am a health and life coach, and I currently live in Florida, not the same town as Tasha, but, you know, maybe we'll be a little closer sometime.
Yeah.
So the first question was from Andrea Wright. It said, how do you create a vision of what you have never seen?
So Andrea, hopefully you're watching that. Hi, Madeline. That's a great question. And, you know, as somebody who I spend a lot of time visualizing and I understand the power of visualizing when it comes to manifesting, this is something that we get asked often. Like there's something I want to create in my life, but I've never seen it. You know, maybe I want to live in a certain house, but I've never even seen what that house looks like in the physical. Maybe I want a certain type of relationship, but I was just sharing with the ladies, my daughter and I were watching a video last night about alpha women and having a conversation about becoming more feminine and powerful in our feminine. And she was very brutal in saying, I've never seen a model of that. I don't know what that looks like. Like the women in my life tend to be more alpha. Not calling myself out or anything. And, but, so I get it when there's something you want to manifest and it's like, I've never seen it in the physical. How do I visualize that? And I tell my family members, AKA clients, all the time, one thing we know as human beings, we know how we want it to feel. We always know how we want it to feel. So I might not know, for example, when I wanted to manifest a new house, I had ideas about what I would want, this feature, this feature, this feature, but what the house itself would look like, I just could never get it. I couldn't find pictures of it. I couldn't see it. And so I just kind of put that to the side and I started asking myself, how do I feel living in my new house? How does it feel? And I just saw myself in the center of this big, massive open space, which was my living room and my kitchen. And that's all I could see was the feeling of standing in a new home and just how it feels. A new start, beautiful furnishings, like everything looking luxury or feel, even if I couldn't see it, feeling luxury, feeling safe, So if you can't see the details, you definitely, every single one of us, the one thing we know, how is it going to feel? And visualizing how you're going to feel is actually the most powerful part of visualizing, right? So if you can say, I feel so peaceful now, I have enough money in the bank. I might not know exactly how much that needs to be, but I can just close my eyes and feel the feeling of financial safety, feel the feeling of love for a new relationship, feel that joy and happiness. I know how that's going to feel. That's why I want it. It's the feeling that I want, right? The money, the house, the thing, that is the destination. But the feeling along the way is the vehicle, So you have to, that's what gets you there. So you don't even have to worry as much about knowing the details. What you have to focus on asking yourself is, how do I want to feel? And you can write about how you want to feel. You can visualize and feel how you want to feel. And I want to empower you in knowing. That's actually the most powerful part of visualizing. So that'd be my answer to that one. Hopefully that helps you, Andrea, and that you're watching. And I love it. And that you can share in the comments if that was helpful for you. All right. What else do we have? She said, did you have
We got Sunitha Quimbo. I apologize if I didn't say that correctly. What year did you discover the science of getting rich? When did you create the training? How did you know this was what you wanted to do?
Oh boy, what year? Hopefully Diane's watching and can answer this question. I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. How I found it was my back was against the wall, AKA very dark period in my life. I happened to meet some multimillionaires and my friend wanted, to invite me over to their home to meet them. And you ever been in like a dark place and you're like, I want to be around happy, rich people. What is wrong with you? Leave me alone, And she just kept insisting. And truthfully, it was being curious because they live in a community that literally you have to give like DNA to get into. And I was like, well, let me just go see what this, wealthy life is like. And that's really why I went. And I walked in, and what I saw for the first time in my life was, like my daughter was asking for a model, right? I'd never been this close to real, like crazy wealth that you watch on TV or you read about these people with mega billions, millions of dollars that you can't even say the number. Like I'd never been in this close proximity to someone like that. I was in their home. They were feeding me, laughing, happy. My mouth was like the entire time. And what I saw was not just the evidence of the money that day, but they were happy. They were happy. Their life was great. They'd just come back from Europe. They were talking about the money that they were making. They were wanting to show us how to make this kind of money. Like I was just in awe, they were in love. They were a happy couple. Their children were happy. They were just an amazing life. I'd never seen it, because we kind of have this idea that you're rich and you're mean or angry or selfish or greedy or bad or whatever. So I'd never seen all this together. And the husband looked at me, very obviously seeing the look on my face. And he came over and he said, I wish I had it here, but he said, Tasha, everything you see here is because of this book. You should read it. And he gave me The Science of Getting Rich. And you would think I would read it, right? No, I went home, put it in a nice little drawer by the bedside table, and just waited till the shit hit the fan more in my life and things got worse. And then I was like, oh yeah, that book. Let me get that book. So then I read the book. And I was just, I'd been raised very, very religious. And what I saw in that book was things that made sense to me on my Christian values. Like, oh, this is what it means. One of my favorite lines in that book is, I thank thee, Father, for thou hearest me. And I mean, I have goosebumps every time I say it. It's like I just bawled because I was in such a dark place. And you ever felt like God is just not there with you, and I realized when I read that God's hearing me and God's trying to give me all the things, but I'm just so shut off from receiving that's what's going on for me. So I'm gone down into that story, which is not the answer to the question. So I get the book, I read it, I start seeing things change in my life. And I'm like, this is too obvious. Like, it's not coincidence, right? So I read it again. Things continue to change. And then finally, after about 3 or 4 times, I was like, well, how? Because I'm like a scientist. I am a nerd, true nerd. And I was like, how about if before I read it, I decide what I want to have happen this time instead of waiting till I'm done and seeing what happened? So I did. I wrote out what I wanted to have happen in 4 different areas of my life. I read the book. And it all happened. And I was like, well, this is like magic now, right? It's like I have this secret formula. And then I met Diane and I was telling her about the book. And she's like, oh, yeah, I've read that book before. I said, well, how about we read it together? So we set out 30 days. We were going to read it. We would go on her balcony. We had earplugs at the time. She put one in. I put one in. This was us together next to each other, listening to the book. And we did the same thing. We journaled what we wanted to have happen. And now it was like I was doing it with someone. It was fun. We were excited to share what was going on. It was absolutely amazing. Fast forward, I'm leading a chapter for an organization of women. We come together once a month and we mastermind. And I just realized that, there was an opportunity for them to learn what I was doing, right? It's like they were coming together and we were masterminding and things were improving, but the needle in their business just wasn't like going off the Richter scale, which is what I genuinely wanted for them. So I said, I'm going to share this thing that I'm doing with you, 12 of you. Who wants to do it? Right? And they all raised their hands. And I said, only 12 of you I can do. So whoever comes first. And Diane said, if you don't charge them, I will never speak to you again. Because, good old Tasha was going to just like, here you go. And so I, with all my money issues at the time, turned my nose up. And I go, well, then you charge them. And she did. And they paid. And I was in shock. And that's how our business was born. We took that first group. We took them through. At the time, I didn't have a website. I didn't have products. I didn't have a business card. We didn't even have a bank account. So nobody come tell me about anything about doing your thing and taking action and just going for it, because we had nothing when we started. We met at someone's home for the first 30 days, once a week. We met at someone's home. And by the time we were done and I saw what was happening in those ladies' lives, I was like, oh my God, there's something here. And before we were done, other women started hearing about what was going on and they wanted to do it. And so we were like, I think we need to create something because more people want this. And so we did. But someone asked me in an interview recently, when did you know, like you really, really knew that you were teaching something that would create massive results? And that first group was amazing. The second group, we had a woman in the group and we were meeting at someone's home. And we were on the last week of the first 30 days. And she had not come the week before. She was just silent, right? We had a little WhatsApp group where we would share every day. So she comes this last week and we're like, what's happened? Where have you been? She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. We manifested a $5 million contract, $5 million for the next 20 years, like recurring for the next 20 years. I was like, what? From this little book? What? And it was just crazy. And then the next group, we did a group of all men. Like I've tried it all. We did all men, and a guy in that group manifested a $9 million contract. I mean, it was just, I was like, okay, this is for real. Like this is the real deal here. So that's how it got started. Kelly's like, love that story. You and Diane are awesome. So there you go. That was a long-winded way of answering, but hopefully, do you ladies think I answered it?
Mic drop. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey. All right. So now for your questions. Denise, what's your question? What do you want to
Okay.
ask?
So my question is, I had two questions, but I'm going to just do one. Name one person of influence that you would like to work with, that you have not already worked with, someone else that you want to work with.
Oh my gosh. Denise, I'm going to have to come back to you on that one. Who would I like to work with? So it's so funny because along the journey, I've wanted to work with, I mean, like, you know, I can, like right now, my natural instinct, because I've thought this for so long, would be like Tony Robbins, but it's not Tony Robbins anymore. You know, like, yeah, because back to this feminine energy, like as I've gone more and more along the journey, I've realized that the thing that really works, soft, warm, you know, like masculine energy doesn't motivate me anymore. It doesn't inspire me. Where before I'd be like, oh wow, he's crushing it. I want that. Like a lot of people love Grant Cardone. No, thank you. No, thank you. You know? So yeah, who would I want? Oh my gosh. I think I'm working with all the people I want to work with. I really am. Wow, that's, you know what? That's kind of really at the point where I'm working with who I want to work with, but this is a challenge. So I have to think about the next level, like who next, right? So give me a moment to think about that. What was your other question?
Okay, so my other question was, has there been anything that you really wanted in life, but it hasn't manifested yet?
Well, that might be a question we have to put off too. Wow. Okay. I mean, if you know me for 2 minutes, you all know that a relationship has been the thing for me. Like I have probably written 150 journal pages. No joke. The last time I wrote 24 pages. So it's probably way more than 150 pages by now. Like I don't joke when it comes to this desire. It's been a really strong desire of mine to have a relationship. And I just kind of started to feel like that's something I want that hasn't manifested or hadn't been manifesting. And well, let's just say at this moment, there's nothing else that I can think of that I would like to manifest that hasn't manifested yet. Wink, wink. That's how I'm going to answer that question.
Love it. Love
it. Like a high school girl. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
All right, Lisa, you're up.
All right. Good morning, Tasha.
Good morning, Lisa.
So my question for you is, when it comes to manifesting things that you want, can you tell us a little bit about sequencing and timing and the importance of that?
Yes. Wow. There's so many examples I can give. So I think most people, I mean, you tell me, you're going to be and if this is your question, right? So I can go anywhere. I can go money. I can go business opportunities. I can go relationship. I can go health. I can, like, if I'm going to answer that question in the context of one of those, which one would you, spirituality, which one would you want to know? Oops, you're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Let's go business. Let's go business.
Business. Okay, great. So for me, and I've always done this, I sit here and I go, okay, you know, in a couple months ahead or in the year ahead, this is the business result that I would like to experience, right? So let's say either a certain, like for example, we want our Facebook community to grow to this number of people, or I want this many people on my email list, or, you know, I want to create this much money in our business, or I want to launch this, whatever it is. I think of, and I get better and better at this every time, every year. So it's not like, oh, this is the one way I've been doing it since the beginning. Every time it changes. But what I'll tell you is the biggest secret, or the thing that I've learned to do. I'm going to give you an example. We used to do live events. We used to do a big live event in January every year. And for the first couple of years, I was dead set on, I want to manifest this many number of people at the event, right? So it would be, I want to manifest 200 people, 250, 300 people. And I would always be using that as the way I want to create the success for the event. And over time, I realized, no, I don't really care how many people show up, to tell you the truth. The real result that I want is the revenue result. So I go all the way to the end, anything I want to manifest, and I just go to the end. What is the result that because that's where I think we get trapped. What I was doing was I was getting myself into how. Well, for me in my how thinking, if 200 people show up, then I'll get this number result, right? If this many people show up, then this. Right, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out the how, instead of asking for the real end result that I desire. And the end result was obviously a revenue result. That was what I desired, or a certain number of people in the program. But even that is still me trying to say how, right? So I would look forward. So over time, I got first, like I said, the first go around, it would be the number of people. I would write about the energy of the event. I would write about how I felt during the event. But it was always a lot of feeling and like 10% the actual result, right? And then over time, I started going to when I would create, okay, it is going to be this result. This is how I'm feeling. This is how they're feeling. This is the energy of the experience. Like really just go into describing. And you guys are in our program. You've learned how to journal now. The secret to journaling is to journal the feelings. And then when you journal the feelings and you journal these feelings were present and it created this result, what you do is you leave space for the how it manifests. You're not getting yourself involved in how. So the sequence is to be really clear on number one, what is the real end of the road result that you want? I once had a client who said, I want to manifest like literally 19 and a half clients. What? Why do you want to manifest 19 and a half clients? She's like, because that would mean I would bring in this much money. Okay. And why do you want that money? When I'm going on a family reunion and I want to go on it with it paid in full before we even get on the plane. That's what she really wanted. Not 19 and a half clients, not this much money. She wanted to be going on her family vacation, it paid in full. And so that's what she, we journaled, and she manifested it, not from her business, from her husband getting an unannounced retirement fund check coming in the mail so she could go. So you guys get that? It's like, it's not about you getting in the house, especially when it comes to business. Like, don't get yourself tied up. And we talked about this last week. Your business is just one channel. The source is the universe. So yes, journal for outcomes for your business, but be open that it can come any way the universe decides, right? So number one is to get really clear on the results and how you're going to feel, how the people that you're going to serve, the people that are going to, because if you're in business, you're serving people, period. If you have a job, you're serving people. So as you're getting your result, what are they getting? What are they getting? How are they going to feel? What is the result that they have? Because I'm very clear, it's not just about me, right? Even when I journal about a relationship, how's he going to feel? What is he getting, right? So you think about that, you become very clear. You write it out. That's what I do. I journal. When I write it out, now I have it's like I'm painting the picture. I get to paint the picture, I get to get really clear. And then after I've written it out, I know I'm going to create a scene. I'm going to create a moment that means this thing that I want to manifest has happened. Not that it's happening, because I used to do this too, right? I used to visualize the event. I used to close my eyes and visualize myself at the event, the room full of people, and I would have it manifest. Like literally we'd be a week out from the event, we'd be 75 people shy of the number I was intending. And overnight we would get it. And I would visualize me at the back of the room, someone's on the stage, I'm looking at the room full, I'm taking a picture, like that would be my vision, right? And I would manifest it. But guess what? I would fall short of the revenue result. I would get the number of people, but I would fall short of the revenue result, which was really the outcome of this event, right? So over time, I was like, oh, no, what I'm going to visualize instead is the next week, me and Diane are looking at all the people that have registered and we're celebrating that we hit our number, because that's really the end result, right? So I would just create that one little moment. Me and Diane with all the registration forms, we're sitting on her balcony and we're like, oh my God, we did it. And we have the papers and we're shaking them. Literally, that's my visualizing. That's it right there. How long did that take? 5 seconds? I just close my eyes and I just see that. I feel it. I feel how happy we are. And I just repeat that in my mind over and over and over and over. When it's a big thing, I'll do it every morning for about 4 to 8 minutes. I'll do it over a 30 to 60 day period. But I know in my heart, once I've done it for 3 to 4 days, it's done. There really is nothing else I need to do, but it feels good to me. It feels good to me to keep visualizing. But truthfully, after 3 to 4 days, it's like the seed has been planted. It's done. Everything that needs to happen from that point is already in progress. So, and an important part of the sequence, Lisa, is, and after that, I detach. It's like I'm not going to dig up the seed to see, oh, did it sprout? Are there roots, leaves coming yet? No, it's planted, it's done, it's doing its thing. I literally just go on about my business. And people will ask, do you read your journal entry again? No, I don't. The only time I go back and read my journal entry is one of two things. If it's a long time, like let's say I'm manifesting something that's like weeks ahead, and in the process I get doubtful or fearful, I might grab my journal and just read it to get me connected again. But other than that, I only go back and read it, like just for the fun of, look what I manifested, like afterwards. I love doing big check marks in my journal. It's my favorite thing to do. So I will, like some Sundays, I'll sit down and just go back through my journal just so I can check, because I love that. I love manifesting. So does that answer your question, Lisa? Was there any specifics that I didn't get to?
No, that answered my question perfectly.
Okay. Awesome. Keisha says, do you have a journal entry that you can share or a template of how to journal a topic? Oh my goodness. So obviously, Keisha, this is in our program. It's funny because the people in our 120-day program, this week, that's all they're doing, journaling. Just how to journal, the process of journaling, an entire week of practicing in all areas of their life. So that's a part of our program. And I don't think it would be fair to share that here. But what I can do is in the future, another live, I will read one of my journal entries, and hopefully that inspires you. All right. Chisa.
So Teresa McGallagher, I don't think I said that right, but she asked a little bit further up. She said, what did you charge for the first group?
$120. You all wish you knew me then, don't you? Truthfully, I think it might have been 97, to tell you the truth. Diane can tell you if she's watching, she can type it. But yeah, it was ridiculous. But you know what? That's where I was at the time. Remember when Diane said, if you don't charge them, I wasn't planning on charging them. I really wasn't. And that was my money issues. I'm going to be the first one to tell you. I had exactly what I teach. I had to go through, and I was like, are they going to pay for it? Is it valuable? I really just wanted to test it out, see if they would get the results that I was getting, So that's, again, when I tell you, you can't come to me and tell me stuff about, being afraid to charge, because I've been there, and I'm telling you, just do it. Charge $25. I never care what you charge. Just do it. Just start. I am the biggest testimony of just start, because that program is now $1,500. Same one. Not because the program changed, because I stepped into my value and I stepped into knowing what can happen to your life and what's going to happen forever. It's priceless, really. But that's what really changed me. So yeah. All right. What's your personal question, Chisa? What have you always wanted to know?
Oh, well, for me, I say that I wanted to know when you say easy and relaxed, when it comes to asking for money, have you gotten money on the same day that you ask? And if you did, was it exactly what you asked for?
Oh, so this memory came to mind. So easy and relaxed. As you guys know, every day my journal is in my bedroom, but every day I make a manifested list, right? And not every day, but very often. And I've gotten so far along the journey now where I go with my inspiration, right? So some days I will just be inspired, right? I'm so grateful for unexpected money. And sometimes it will just be just like that. And it could be that I find pennies that day or find, just coins. But some other days it's like, I get inspired. Like this morning I wrote, I'm so grateful for unexpected money. And then it was like, no, go back and write large sums. It's like, I'm cool with that. So I went back and I was like, I'm so grateful for large sums of money. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but you'll hear me screaming when it does, because it will. It does. It always does. And does it always happen the same day? No, it doesn't. But it always manifests. That's really what I care about. Time is relative, right? So I don't get hung up on it needs to be today. What has happened recently, this is the first memory that came to my mind. One day I got inspired to write, I'm so happy and grateful I manifest $2,500, which is not normal for me to get us to ask for a specific amount like that. So I wrote that down, and that day I got an email saying someone was going to send us a commission check for $250. And I was like, I guess I was off by 1 0, but I just laughed and I was grateful. I wasn't going to get mad that it wasn't $2,500. I was grateful because what that proved to me was that I was being obedient. I really wasn't making it up from out of nowhere. I was hearing, like, I'm sending you money, write it down so you can prove to yourself that I told you, So that's it for me. I'm never attached to it needs to be today. Never. Because that just gets me all wonky and messes up the process. So I'm always just, in the perfect time. And it's usually very soon for me. Yeah. That's it.
Look at the time.
What time is it?
8:32.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay.
Time. That's right. I told these ladies we have to be done by 8:25. Oh my goodness. All right. So if you are watching, can you just like type, was this amazing for you guys? Did you guys get something, even one thing, even if you learned about my personal life, like even one thing that you got from this morning, I'd be so grateful. And ladies, did you see any other questions that you wanted to ask?
No, somebody asked about the book and it was The Science of Getting Rich. Somebody else answered it. And then the same lady asked about how long the first program, how long was that for when you charged?
Okay. Yeah, so it was 30 days. The first program was 30 days, and it's now we've created a 120-day program. We call it Money and Profit Mastery. And then these ladies are in the program after that, which is Elite Success Achievers. And it's all like taking that 120 days and going to the next level, specifically in business. Right. So that little thing that I said, hey, who wants to come do this with me, has turned into, we now have a retreat. Like we have now people coming to me and asking to be ambassadors in other parts of the world. Like in 7 or 8 years, it's incredible what's happened, So if nothing else, let me be your inspiration. My God, just start. Just start. I don't care if you charge $25. It doesn't matter. Look where you can get to. Right? That's it. I just stayed in action. I just kept going the next thing, and stuff it's like in a Science of Getting Rich. It says, as you move towards things, the things that you desire move towards you. And that's really what happened. Stuff just started coming to me and I just kept saying yes and kept going forward. And that's what I want to inspire you guys. Oh, awesome. Diane, they're asked, Diane, does he meet your approval? Oh my gosh. Diane is my best friend. Of course. Anyway, I'm not even going into that conversation. So, Thursday morning at 9 a.m., these ladies are back again on Clubhouse. You want to be on Clubhouse, please download a Clubhouse app. And if you need an invitation, just go in Money Attraction Community. Let me put that up here. Type this in Facebook, Money Attraction Community. Type it, find our community, and just type in there and ask, does anyone have an invitation? And connect with someone. So you have invitations, Denise. I have invitations. Just go in the community, type in there, I need a Clubhouse invitation. We'll DM each other because you need to share your phone number. So we'll DM each other, you share your phone number, and we'll get you an invite. But you want to be on Clubhouse because it's just that platform is audio. And it allows you to come on stage and talk with us directly. And I absolutely love it. So Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're coming back again. They have a whole other set of questions that they're going to ask. And we're going to have you be able to ask your questions live. All right. So 9 a.m. Eastern on Thursday morning, Clubhouse. And then go ahead and type the word reminder in the comments right now to get your message in Facebook Messenger. I'm going to send you a little message in Messenger that says, do you want to be reminded next Monday morning? And next Monday morning, let me tell you what we're doing. Next Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern, I love this topic. I met this incredible lady, Mina Faiz, I think is the way you say her last name. And she is all about using your home to create abundance. Like literally putting your desk in the right place so the phone rings off the hook. I don't know about you, but that is easy and relaxed as it can be. And I'm down for that. Just move my desk. What? So we're going to have an entire conversation about how to use your home to create abundance. And we're doing that next Monday on Facebook Live as well as on Clubhouse. So you want to be here for both of those. Go ahead and type the word reminder in the comments so that you can get a reminder 5 minutes or so before we go live next Monday. All right, ladies, it's been amazing. Thank you for your questions.
This has been so much fun. Thank you for having us on this platform, Tasha. We're so grateful towards you.
Yes.
You are our mentor, our mother bird.
I am the mama eagle. I'm Thursday, so I just realized that Denise and Lisa, you both never got to share what you do because I want you guys to follow these ladies. It's one thing to follow me because like I am teaching this stuff and I've been doing it for a while. But if you want to watch people who are living it, you want to follow these ladies, right? So Denise McKeezy, Denise, how would you describe what it is that you do?
Oh wow, I do so much. I am a financial literacy instructor. I love to teach and educate people on how to use their money wisely and make their money expand.
Can we type that? How to use my money wisely. Sign me up. How to use my money wisely. And financial literacy is such an important topic because we're all trying to figure out this money thing. And what I love is you're teaching it, but you've done the certain way. You now know easy and relaxed. You like, good God, you live for it. Right?
I live everything money.
Denise Money Manifesting McKeezy is her new title. So follow Denise if you want some tips and just, some support with your financial literacy and how to do that, how to improve your credit score and all that good stuff. All things money. Denise is your girl. Lisa, what do you have to say for the good people?
Yes. So my name is Lisa Elias, and I am a career advisor. I love helping people find their sweet spot, I call it. And that's just all things career related, especially professional documents, interview strategy. I have a 98% success rate. And so that's what I love to do. And incorporate it with a certain way makes it amazing.
Ooh, incorporating a certain way. Yeah, right. So like we know the career thing can be just such drudgery.
Yeah.
I said drudgery. It's just, it can be not fun. I've been there. I know what that's like. So to have someone who's an expert in helping you and doing it with a certain way, if that's any of you watching and you kind of need that next step in your career, please reach out to Lisa to get some support. And if you want all things health and fitness and sexy and amazing, Chisa is your girl. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for being on. Mwah. I love you. And I'll see you next Monday morning at 8 a.m. Bye, everyone. Have a great Monday. Bye, ladies. Thank you.